Hey everybody, welcome back to another gaming pickups here on Geekdom Gaming. Geo here, and I got a bunch of Switch games, one Grail piece, and a PS4 game that nobody really likes, but I got it for cheap. So let's get the PlayStation 4 stuff out of the way, because this is mostly a Nintendo Switch channel, I guess, or mostly Switch collecting, which is one of my hobbies. I picked up Cyberpunk 2077. I know nobody likes this. It's filled with so many errors and glitches and all that stuff. They've worked hard at fixing it. It still has issues from what I've read online, but I watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners, really liked it, wanted to give the game a shot, or at least own it. I found this sealed for, I think it was $11 with all the extras, as you can see. You got the 2 Blu-rays, the World Compendium stickers, postcards, game map. Even if the quality is not the best, it's still awesome when a company like CD Projekt Red, they put out a bunch of goodies, you know? You got the postcards and the compendium and a map. And here's a code for HBO Max if you want to use it. There you go. But I like this stuff. This is awesome. I appreciate it at no additional cost, you know, getting all of this. And it's a shame that the game did not work out as intended from the get-go, and they've had to patch the hell out of it. So yeah, really neat. I like the world of Cyberpunk, but that's because it's already an established place with the role-playing stuff and board games. But I am excited to play this. Hopefully the experience is worthwhile. Here are a couple Switch games that I've gotten since the last pickup video. Let's start with the first one here in no particular order. From Limited Run, I got Valis, the Phantasm Soldier Collection. This contains the first 3 Valis games. Now, a lot of people are upset with this because, 1, the price, 2, the whole deal of this being English locked, if you will. The only way to play it in English is through, or physically I should say, in English is through Limited Run, unless you go to the eShop and get it that way. That's a whole another story. So the other option is for people to get the Japanese version that does not contain any English. That kind of sucks. Now, I did order Valis Phantasm Soldier Collection 2, and that is my main gripe. Obviously, they wanted more money, but they could have easily packed all 6 games, or I think 7 games total, in one cartridge and not charge as much. Also, this I pre-ordered back in, I think it was January or February, one of those 2 months, and it was relatively cheap. The grand total was, I think it was $44, tax and shipping included, all that stuff, which is okay, cool, whatever, a retro collection, I'm used to it. But then I was forced, because of FOMO, to order the second one, and that got a price increase. And it's insane that in a couple months of me making this video, it's not been a year, and the price went up. The second collection I ended up getting for a grand total of $60. I don't know what happened, and that completely sucks. I shouldn't have been spending so much on a retro collection when you'll see here in a minute. Actually, I'll just do it now. For, I think it was 30 bucks, 33, something like that. I got the Turtles Cowabunga collection from Konami, which has 13 games in it. And yeah, you get it all in one package, and it was $30-something. With shipping, I guess close to 40, but whatever. The point is, I shouldn't have to get 2 separate things. They could have easily bundled them together, but of course they want to make money. I totally understand that. It just sucks. Plus the fact that the only way to play them in English physically is through them. You shouldn't hold hostage the language options on games. I don't like that. But what are you going to do? I'm just one voice in a sea of conformity out there on the internet, I guess. I just thought it was a little bit weird. But regardless, let's just focus on this one. The Valis collection, looking pretty cool. I like the new trading cards that they're doing. It has the instruction booklet right here and a horrendous alternate cover. Like, holy smokes. Let's go with this one instead, you know. So really cool stuff right there. If you're a Valis fan, awesome. So yeah, got that. Now next up from Limited Run, I got Dawn of the Monsters. I'm a huge kaiju fan and Super Sentai and all that stuff. Let me show you the inside right here. Alternate cover, another trading card, and you get a debriefing instruction booklet. Let's go through that real quick. Yeah, super neat. Can't wait to start playing this. Looks like a lot of fun. From NIS, I got an obscure PlayStation 2 title brought back to modern consoles, I think on the PlayStation 4 and the Switch. I don't know if it's on any other console. This is Kamiwaza, Way of the Thief. And I believe you are in the Edo period, if memory serves me right, and you are a thief, sort of a Robin Hood of the time, stealing from the rich. So here's what the inside's like. No instruction booklet, but we do get reversible or alternate artwork looking pretty cool. So yes, please, if we can have more obscure PlayStation 2 era titles brought back for modern audiences, that is a win. The next Switch title, you got Nier Automata. I have never played the original. Super excited. I was even more excited when I read the news that it was like the impossible port and how great it runs on the Switch and all that stuff. So I was super excited. I wasn't fully committed to to getting this game, but after that I got psyched and I went ahead and picked it up. Also, this is a waste of paper. But yeah, alternate reversible cover. Pretty cool. Can't wait to play this game. Bayonetta number 1. I had to do it. I have the second one with number 1 being a digital download, but now we have the option to own the first one physically for the first time on the Switch, outside of importing it through the Climax Edition, the Japanese version. This is the only way to own it. Now, they did mention that this was going to be low stock or limited quantities or something like that, but I attribute this to like the Super Mario 3D All-Stars, where they say that, but you can still find copies everywhere. So don't think this is going to be like a super rare copy. A bunch of people ordered this, and there are a bunch of cards out there in the wild. But still really cool if you're a Bayonetta fan. I didn't get the third one because I still haven't finished the second game. So once I do that, I'll go ahead and pick up the third Bayonetta game, which just recently released. I didn't get Bayonetta 3, but I did get Splatoon 3. This was somewhat of a birthday gift back in September. Super excited about this. I love Splatoon, one of my favorite franchises for the Switch. This is so much fun. I've been constantly playing this. I suck at it, but I still have a lot of fun, and that's what matters in the end. I like that. Yeah, it's sort of, as you can see, I'm currently playing it on the Switch. A lot of people say this is sort of a Splatoon 2.5, and I can see that. But the improvements on, quality of life stuff, and the weapons and customization, and the extra modes and story, I think they're worth it, and you get more mileage out of it, in my opinion. It looks great, it runs pretty well. Aside from the online stuff, which, I'll be playing and I'll be logged out and kicked off the match for no reason other than the servers being crappy. So they got to fix that, but overall, I've been having a lot of fun with Splatoon 3. And you saw it a couple minutes ago, the Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection from Konami. This is amazing that they were able to get 13 classic retro games for the Turtles in this collection. Great emulation from Digital Eclipse. Not the best looking artwork inside, but really cool to have. I am a huge fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's something that I grew up with, like many other nerds out there. And honestly, the more retro stuff that we can get in modern consoles so that we can lower the price and make them more accessible for newcomers and older fans that don't necessarily have the income to splurge on retro stuff that's currently super pricey, I am all up for that. Okay, so let's move all of this aside right here. I don't know about you, but I do like looking at all the spines of all the Switch games. And set that aside and talk about a personal grail that I finally got for the Nintendo DS. It's a port, but it's an amazing game, one of the best JRPGs of all time. We're talking, of course, of Chrono Trigger. I finally got this freaking game. I am so excited. Let me tell you a quick little story about this. This game, I've always wanted to play it. I think I may have seen it once from someone on the Super Nintendo back in the day, but I never got an opportunity to play it. And it's always been on everybody's list as one of the best JRPGs of all time. I had to admit, I wasn't going to spend that much on the Super Nintendo copy, so I did emulate the game back in the day. But I am a physical collector, and I wanted to own Chrono Trigger in some shape or form. You can get it on the PlayStation 1, you can get it on Steam, and even mobile. But the version that I was super excited about was the Nintendo DS. 2 years ago, I want to say, summer of 2020. Now, summer of 2020, I saw multiple sellers asking $60 for it, free shipping, and some were even the first printing that comes with the cool poster. I believe the poster's of this image. Me, being a stingy fool, I thought, I'm not going to waste $60 on a DS game when those were like, what, $40 when they were first coming out? I thought that was too expensive. So I forgot about it. Or I kept tabs on it, but eventually I just forgot about it. And then all of a sudden, 2020, 2021, now 2022, and this freaking game goes for 80, 90, 110. If you got the first print, it sells for like 150 or something crazy like that. But I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't want to understand why retro collecting is the way that it is. I don't have a big budget to splurge on high-ticket items like that. Or for me at least, it's out of my budget. But I made the sacrifice. I found a random seller. Oh, and by the way, I bid for this freaking game multiple times, and I ended up losing every bid. Sometimes I would forget about the bids, which would frustrate me, but I would think, man, maybe it's a sign that I don't need it, or maybe not yet. Eventually, I did find a seller that had a low feedback percentage, and I took a gamble, and I bid on it, and I ended up winning this game for, I think it was $81 or $82, which is insane. I didn't want to spend that much on a DS title, but here we are. It's something that I really needed, I really wanted. I'm so excited to own this. It's not the first printing, but I'm super excited. I'm already playing this and going through it, and it's such a great, awesome game. The story, the music, the characters, all super emblematic, and just an iconic JRPG from the 90s brought back to this DS version. In my opinion, I do think this is the best way to play it outside of the original. And if this ever gets ported to the Switch or remastered, you bet I will be there day one to get it as well. Super excited. I am thrilled to finally own Chrono Trigger on my collection. So that's going to be it. Thank you everybody for tuning in. It's a quick video. Also, a heads up, if you are subscribed to this channel, thank you so much. I should let you know that this is not my main channel. The main one is called A Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime and manga. That's my passion, and that's what I do most of the time on YouTube. This is sort of a hobby to the hobby, if that makes sense. So you can follow me there. And if you don't see me posting here, it's because I'm paying attention to the main channel. For algorithm and YouTube purposes, I got to do that. But from time to time, I'll post stuff on this because I do love gaming and I do love Nintendo games. I do have some Pokemon stuff in the works, the Pokemon podcast that I made up for this channel. I do have some reviews on Switch games that I've been playing, And I do have some Pokemon TCG stuff as well. That's all going to be uploading soon-ish as of this video. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. God bless. Stay safe out there. Catch you guys on the next video.